Because I am black. For thousands of years, people of color have been looked down upon, particularly the blacks. They were first peaceful people in Pangea before human evolution broke us all up. Then we lived in Africa. Then we were kidnapped and brought to America as slaves. We were once emancipated. That was some 150 something years ago. We were granted civil rights by the death of Emmett Lewis Till, who was the original father of the civil rights. Rosa Parks was inspired by him, the sacrifice that he gave for us to not give up that bus seat. She then inspired Martin Luther King to join the NAACP as their president. He then went on to start the Montgomery bus boycott. That worked. Now black people can sit on buses without being segregated or have to sit in the back as mandatoryism. Then there were sit-ins at lunch counters. We won those, and now we can sit at lunch counters as equal. There were freedom riders. One took place from Charlotte, North Carolina to Orangeburg, South Carolina, where it inevitably was torched by Knights of the Ku Klux Klan. There were the Orangeburg riots. We overcame the Freedom Riders disaster. There was the Cuban Missile Crisis. John F. Kennedy wanted to help the African American folk, whom he called Negroes. He didn't just call them Negroes, he called them Negro Americans, showing some respect for them. His presence in our alliance didn't last for very long. As just a little over 1,000 days into his presidency. 2 out of 3 sniper bullets ended his life, inevitably breaking the shield that protected us and guided us into multiple pieces. The nation was stunned, had nowhere else to pick off. It was then Martin Luther King went straight to Lyndon Baines Johnson in 1964, saying they want civil rights. That very same year, Lyndon Baines Johnson, with no letbacks, published the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Then there was the voting rights. Malcolm X was killed in February of 1965 by his former Muslim group who seek revenge. There were riots. There was the murder of Goodman, Cheney, and Schroeder. 2 Caucasian men and 1 African American were killed by the Ku Klux Klan in late 1964 after helping the NAACP. Martin Luther King went on to win the Nobel Peace Prize and do many more marches and sit-ins and going to jail. Him leading the revolution came to an abrupt halt on April 4th, 1968, where at 7 o'clock he was struck by an assassin's bullet through the necktie, through the knot of his tie, which exited through his jaw, shattering it. His last words were, I want, at the event tonight, I want you to play that song real pretty for me now. And then, yes, you're right, it is chilly, but I don't think I want a jacket. I want to enjoy the nice breeze. Two months later, Robert F. Kennedy was assassinated. John F. Kennedy's brother, who also fought for civil rights, who was running for the presidency. And was shot by Sharon, who was a confused victim. This wouldn't be the end. There were riots. Vietnam War. The killing of a 17-year-old black boy in 1985 by a plainclothes cop who said that they allegedly tried to rob him. This article inspired Michael Jackson to write Bad. Then there was the Rodney King or Los Angeles riots of 1992, after policemen were vindicated of beating him over a routine traffic stop. There was Tupac Shakur's assassination. There was Biggie Smalls, the notorious B.I.G.'s assassination. There was race wars. The woman who shielded herself over white supremacists because she said that it wasn't fair to see him get hit for something that he believed was heritage and not hate, and thought that what he was doing was just out of innocence. There was Sandy Hook and Trayvon Martin and countless other of police shootings. There's immigration in Venezuela and poverty in America and Donald Trump and the death of Michael Jackson. He cared so much about the world and people. He would give his last dollar to help somebody who was dying. Just be able to see their faces light up. And who couldn't blame him? The father of the American Revolution and really America's history was a black man by the name of Crispus Attucks. He was the third person shot, but really the first person and the first black person to die for our country by a musket's bullet. He was killed instantly during the Boston Massacre. He was one of 5 people killed that day. He struck up something. There was Phyllis Wheatley, James Armstead, Frederick Douglass, and Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Ella Fitzgerald, Sammy Davis, Eric Wright, otherwise known as Eazy-E, and Drake, Cardi B, Janet Jackson, Michelle Obama, Malala, Barack. They've all set a path for us. And while most of us argue amongst ourselves about he said, she said, he said, and vice versa, everything else, the few of us that actually sit and talk and try and figure out how we're gonna stop this while preventing this from happening and trying to make the world a better place are really just contemplating things and trying to get help that won't come. That's why we need to start treating each other with respect. Life is too short for people to be arguing and then blaming each other if something happens. People are always saying it would be a better place. They aren't doing anything to try and help. Now's the time to act. Either do it or stand idly by. Because I am black, and I'm proud.